Ako po si Roselyn Torres, 26 years old, may 2 anak.
Ako po ay si Musa Sharian Tulawi, ina sa 5 anak. Kami ay pamilya ng mga tausug mula sa bayan ng Sulu.
Isa po akong domestic helper sa Saudi Arabia. Nagtrabaho ako doon ng mahigit na 2 taon at 10 buwan.
Na napilitang lumisan at mangibang bayan dahil sa unstable peace and order situation.
Naging biktima ako ng isang trafficking. Ako ay nagdesisyong lumabas dahil sa kahirapan ng Pilipinas at kagustuhan ko rin makatulong sa aking pamilya.
Bukod sa napalayo kami sa aming kinagisnang komunidad, nalimitahan din ang aming kakayanang maipagtanggol ang karapatang pantao ng mga mamamayan sa Sulu.
Noong lumabas ako, ay pumirma ako ng kontrata. Ngunit ang nangyari sa akin ay hindi nakalagay sa kontrata at hindi natupad sa kontrata.
Kung sana'y maayos at mapayapa ang isang lugar, walang mapipilitang lumikas at mangibang bayan.
Hindi ko alam na may gobernong tumulong sa akin. Ang alam ko lang ay nakauwi ako sa sarili kong sikap.
Sana magkaisa ang lahat upang magkaroon ng tunay at makatarungang kapayapaan.
Mindanao Migrants Center is primarily catering international labor migration. But our experiences in conflict situations, particularly that of the Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao in 2010, the Typhoon Sindong and Pablo in 2011 and 12, has broadened the scope of migration phenomenon in Mindanao. We have documented actual cases of abuses and vulnerability that validates that migration is not only international labor migration. Migration is also induced by disaster, conflict, and poor economy. Phases of vulnerability are similar, may be different in degrees and character. Still, it validated conditions which necessitates immediate actions, both from the government and civil society. We need to install protective measures, not as an option, but a priority. Protection mechanisms should not only preventive and corrective in character, but must also be proactive and strategic to mitigate impact and risk of vulnerabilities, particularly that of the trafficking in person and illegal recruitment.
Before, we have a very simple framework of migration. The push factors, the pull factors of migration, the nature and extent of decision-making of individuals, whether they will migrate or not. However, for the past 3 decades, things have become very complicated. Many events happened globally, including in our country, and in particular in Mindanao. Now we have seen different causes of migration as affected by the peace situation, environmental degradation, including the onslaught of various forms of disasters. And it seems that the responses that we have before, the framework is no longer adequate to explain a better understanding of migration and to come up with very effective responses to address the issues and concerns related to migration. This event is an opportune time for us to come up with some sort of a framework so that we can better understand migration itself. We hope that through our coming together with the different stakeholders, The framework will aid in a better understanding and identification of more appropriate responses. We are offering a framework which adopts the rights-based approach and very importantly, the gender lens, and a very participatory and collaborative approach so that we can work collectively and contribute given our own mandate and our own resources. Let us not forget, however, that our responses, as well as the impacts of the different forms of migration as caused by the different factors, are also very much affected by the current situation, political, economic, environmental, and social. Hence, we should continuously work together to address the different gaps, needs, and rights that should be claimed, especially by the marginalized sectors who are here in Mindanao.